Hey YouTube, what's going on? ZeroMagnumX here. We have a deck profile for Murakumo, but first I have a few announcements that I wanted to get out of the way. So I'm going to try and start the deck profile hopefully around, like, on the minute mark, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that. So this will be an announcement video along with a deck profile video. Sorry, my hermit crab is doing something really weird. So you guys can see if it zooms in. Probably not. See, he's like up against the glass right there. I think he hears me. He's chilling out. Sorry, just randomly like I look over and he's just like, hey, what's up? See, he's just chilling out, saying hey. I have hermit crabs, so they're usually out. That was just interesting to me, sorry. It's weird that they're up against the glass that way. Alright, now back to the deck profile, everybody. Alright, the announcement video. Okay, so the first thing I want to get out of the way is something that has been said, I want to say quite a bit, and I just want to clarify something. I am what you would consider between a Johnny and a Spike. Okay, to explain it, there are 3 archetypes in card games. There are Timmies who want to play the biggest, most ridiculous, creatures in the game. They like doing all the cool little things, playing their big bombs, and like, oh my gosh, this 5-mana 6/6 is absurd, and they like doing that stuff. Okay, then there are Timmies who want to see their awesome combo pieces go off and do something big, like, oh, these 2 cards interact with each other, and I can get, like, infinite mana, and then I'm going to use that mana to infinitely fireball you, and then the higher deck is really bad and falls apart. And they're more like combo players. They want to do the fun stuff. Yeah, and then there are players who are Spikes, where they want to be more focused on winning. They want to be more focused on trying to make sure that they get every single inch in a game where nothing is left untouched. Where they make sure that every piece of the puzzle is there and they get everything on time when they need it, and they're going to win, and they know they're going to win. They're the competitive players. I am in between a Johnny and a Spike. Okay, I like the fun stuff, but it also has to be fun stuff that wins. Okay? This is not present on my channel, and I've kept it away for good reason. I like having fun on my channel. You guys have a bunch of resources. You have Robbie Cole, who does a lot of work, for a competitive scene. You can watch Shadow Paladin games. Shadow Paladin versus Kagero. Shadow Paladin mirror match. Kagero mirror match. Aquaforce versus Shadow Paladins. A lot of people and a lot of folks out there, good channels, are already presenting this material because it's popular. These are the decks most people want to see. You know what I mean? They don't want to watch Murakumo. They care about Shadow Paladins. And that's all well and good. But the problem is you end up in a situation where a lot of the times that gets boring and repetitive. So I'm kind of the channel that's offbeat, that wants to do the fun stuff. And, I usually build the fun decks. I usually build the decks that are more interesting. I have a bunch of Spike decks I can take. I have, I have a Meadowborgs. I have the Ace, the Cross variant. I have a bunch of decks that I can take and go and play. But they're not fun to watch on camera very often. The decks that are fun to watch on camera, that's what I try to present. And I just want to get that announcement out of the way. It's not that I can't play competitively. It's just on my channel, I care a lot less about the competitive stuff because I want to have fun. So for everyone commenting on things like this, I just want you guys to understand that, yes, I do understand what Van Gooding is, in a matter of speaking. I do understand correct choices versus incorrect choices. But sometimes other choices are just more fun. And sometimes they can do really cool things. The reason I didn't put Vermilion up on my channel, even though I have it made, and I put Sweep Command up, is because Sweep Command is more fun to watch. But it's also competitive, so it's like that perfect deck to feature on the channel that can also win. Alright, YouTube, so let's get ready to talk about this Murakumo deck, and hopefully if you didn't watch the announcements, that's fine. If you did watch the announcements, you got to see my hermit crab being weird, who's still being weird. Anyway, so we're going to feature the deck without further ado, and yeah, let's get right to it. We have the new starter for Generation Break, because this is a Stride deck. So I'm only running one of it. I'm not brave enough to run more. I hate Grade Lock real bad. Then we have 4 of Hamura Raider. It's our restanding Vanguard, and it flips itself, so you need 4. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name. I am very white American and not even remotely Asian, and I'm sure whenever the English dub one comes out and they say it in there, I'll have a better grasp of how it's said, but I am not going to pronounce it. Then we have one of the train, because on hit it can clone something. And then I like one Blizza just to be able to get Yasue's Generation Break 2 skill off. Speaking of which, for Yasue, this is the bread and butter of the deck. This is what it's focused on. It lets you just generate a lot of advantage by calling for units, well, cloning for units, I should say. You have to have one on the field. And then its G-Break 2 kicks in, where you can add one of those units that are sent back to your hand. So you kind of have a continuous loop, which is, I think, in part what kept me away from this deck, is they had no way to just kind of loop their effects, and now they do. Alright, the secondary backup Vanguard doesn't matter. I would suggest the promo, because the promo seems pretty legit. I just found 4 Grade 3s laying around because my focus is Yasue. I'll pull out a Stride Enabler, call it, show them this, and go after Yasue if I have to. So this is only bad whenever you have to G-assist. Otherwise, I think it's fine. We run 4 Rune Star. This card's pretty good. It lets you have easy clones. 4 of Dokub. I think that's how you say it. Or Dukobe. I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. I bumped the camera. Mr. Toad. That's all I could see in this picture. Like, I know there's a guy standing on it, but when I look at it, I just see this big, giant toad staring at me with its beady red eyes. So we earned 4 of that because 12k, and I don't know if there's a better option. If there is, let me know, and I'll look into it. 3 Emissary Crow. I like extra guard power. 4 Perfect Guards. Perfect Guard Gs in particular. And yeah, that's the SP from my videos. I'm actually using it, so. Alright, then we have 4 of the Stride Enablers. I'm trying out 3 Charcoal Fox. We'll see if it's the right way to go. I prefer 4 Lake Divers and 2 of, like, whatever grade 1 is okay for the deck. But I only got 3 Lake Divers, so there's 3 in here. And then we're going to go over triggers. I have 6 stand, 6 crits, and 4 heal. This guy's really good, he unflips, but I think the Generation Break guy's better. These are just random critical triggers I had. I mean, if you want something with value, you know, pick the Soul Charge crit that they have. And then 4 Moon Edge, because it's the critical I had the most of. And 4 of the Old Heal. Alright, YouTube, so that's the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you listened to the announcements as well. And peace, YouTube, and have a good one. Later, guys.